Cool. Good morning. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Midwest Photo Live on a Wednesday of all days. Kind of mix it up a little bit. But this morning, I'm joined with Nick from Nikon. Nick, how's it going?
Wonderful. How are
Good.
you?
Yeah, good. I'm doing good. And we are here, super exciting, to talk about the Nikon Z8 that just came out a couple weeks ago. That was just announced a couple weeks ago. And man, it's just kind of crazy that like this camera is sitting right in front of me a little bit. It's just like I feel like it's been anticipated for so long.
It has been. It has been.
Yeah.
And the sales start date doesn't even yet. It's tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exciting to have one before it actually gets out there.
Exactly, for sure. So what we're going to do this morning is just take a super deep dive into what this camera is. We even have a Z9 right here too to kind of do some different comparisons right next to it. Really just all around, it's such an exciting release, which we're pumped about, especially here at Midwest Photo. And yeah, and then if you have any questions or anything, just put those in the chat and then we'll get to answering those in a little bit. But really, I just want to hear all about it. I'm just ready to dive on in.
All right, sounds good.
Let's do it.
Well, you know, as you can see, we have the Z9 here for comparison size. It's 30% smaller than the Z9.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of the same features of the Z9. So it's good to have, you know, we have our flagship camera, and then we trickle down a lot of the features into a smaller, lighter camera, which is kind of the, you know, the true successor to the D850, which a lot of people have been anticipating.
Absolutely, yeah. I think like, especially like, even just like, if you're ready to switch over from DSLR to mirrorless like that, like this is such a perfect segue because it feels like the old DSLR cameras. Like it's just so handy, it's just like fits in your hand so well. I think especially like the weight, if you're comparing the Z8 and the Z9, the Z8 is infinitely lighter, and the fact that it has so many different capabilities that the Z9 also has is really cool too.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's such a great transition for sure. Yeah, cool. So what else about it? What else can you tell me about it?
It's what's really great about it is it's kind of a true hybrid camera. Whether you're doing video, whether you're doing stills, you know, a lot of still photographers out there kind of getting that idea that, hey, they got to start getting into video a little bit more, and this is the camera to do it in. I mean, it can do up to 8K, 60 frames per second, which is unreal in camera. You know, you can do 12-bit raw video in camera, which again, you know, it was unheard of a couple of years ago, and now, you know, you can do it all internally. No need for all the other, you know, Atomos or all the other accessories. You won't need that stuff. You can do everything internal. So that's really the great thing, is whether you're shooting stills, whether you're shooting video, whether you do both, it's a perfect camera for you. You know, still 45 megapixels, same as our Z9, you know, with all that video capability.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think especially that versatility you're talking about is like so key right now, that, you know, you're just looking for a camera that you can grab up and just take like for anything that you're kind of shooting too, which is great. Some of the other too, like the tactile functions even that I was looking at earlier, is just, I love the screen flip out. I think that that's such an interesting,
vertical, horizontal, I mean, it's wherever you're at. You know, you don't have to get lay down on the ground. You can shoot around the corner. You can do a lot of different things that make it more versatile. So.
It's great. Just such a great frame of motion too. And then especially too, like something that I feel like even on some different shoots I've been on is the fact that there's 2 USB-C ports even too is like really cool in there, if you can kind of see that on the side.
Yeah, so that's something that we did first for this camera. It doesn't even have it on the Z9, is you have a USB dedicated for power delivery. You know, so you can charge it through the USB-C, and then you have another USB-C which you can use for tethering. You can even get an Anchor USB-C to Ethernet a dongle, so then you can still tether it that way too if you wanted to. So there's a lot of different variables you can do with it.
Absolutely, it's like if you're out somewhere on location shooting, you can just plug it in, even to like USB-C in your car, which is really cool, even to charge it, or tethering in a studio like you were saying. Like, I just think that that's like really cool.
You can even plug it in through USB-C to your iPad if you wanted to, if you didn't have a computer and all this stuff. There's just so much you can do with this camera and make your life so much easier.
Yeah, absolutely. I think something I've been seeing a lot recently in just all kinds of different releases is just like mobility. I think is such a big thing. That's so important to photographers who are looking maybe to upgrade a setup or anything like that. And so the fact that it is equipped with stuff like that, I think is like so cool. But yeah, that's awesome.
And then when you say mobility, the nice thing about it too is, you know, with the Z9, you know, this being a bigger camera, it's harder to get on a gimbal for video and all this other stuff, where obviously same video specs for the most part, to where you can get that on a gimbal and feel a lot better holding it on a gimbal and not having to worry about other things, and the weight of it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. So you brought a couple other things too. What else do you have here? It looks like we got a grip and another lens and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have the MBN12 Grip, which is the grip for the Z8. You know, for better battery life. It's got fits 2 ENEL 15C batteries in it. You can charge it through the USB input here, so you don't need to do that. Allows a vertical release also, so just adding something, you know, obviously when you add that, it's going to be very similar to a Z9, but, you know, some people like to have that extra grip on there too, so that's nice. Also brought our newest lens that we announced not too long ago and shipped not too long ago, the 85-1.2. So I don't know if you can see that, but that is a nice piece of glass, nice and big. And you know, the stills we're getting out of this lens is just mesmerizing. I don't know if you've seen, you know, we've got some of our Nikon ambassadors, whether it's Jerry Johannes or Dixie Dixon, that are just putting out some fantastic, sharp images with wonderful bokeh. With that 85-1.2 lens and the Z8. So it's kind of a perfect combination. You know, the Z8, a lot of people are going to use that for events and weddings and things like that. You know, so to pair it with something like that is wonderful. And then we also have the 24-120 f4 lens, which you can get in a kit with the Z8, or you can get it by itself. That is, I think, one of the most versatile lenses that we make. You know, 24-120 range. You know, it's an f4, but it's just, you know, we had that lens in our DSLR RF mount lineup, and it was a great seller, and now we have it in our Z mount lineup, and it's just a great versatile lens. When I go on vacation with my family, that's, if I don't want to take a big setup, that's the lens I take because it's so versatile.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, I just feel like everything about this is just all about versatility, which is just amazing too. So yeah, so exciting. If you are in the area in Columbus today, anytime from 10 to noon, stop into Midwest Photo because Nick is going to be out on our sales floor with all of this stuff. You really can get your hands on it, really kind of see how it feels, what it shoots like, all kinds of different things like that. And sales start tomorrow.
Sales start days tomorrow. We have a decent shipment going out to you guys, so it should be exciting. You guys should have a good day tomorrow. So come by and check it out. And yeah, I mean, it's just, you know what's great, and something I wanted to point out is, you know, if you have a D750, a D850, a D810, you know, all the accessories will work between the two, including the batteries. We have the same battery that we have in a D850, that we have in a D750 will work. We have a new iteration of it with the Z8, but your batteries will go across. So if you're nervous about, I got to buy all these other accessories and new lenses and all this other stuff, you don't. You can use our FTZ adapter to use your F-mount lenses with this camera. So that makes the transition a lot easier. So I mean, everything is just really excited about it. We're looking forward to tomorrow. I think it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a busy day.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it'll be very exciting.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, so excited. So yes, so if you are kind of like, I've heard enough, I'm ready, take my money, stuff like that, you can actually, this is our last day to join the pre-order list, of course, before those sales start tomorrow. So we'll have a couple links to that. And when you pre-order with Midwest Photo, you actually get added to another email list that gives you all kinds of discounts about things, or even waiting for this camera. So if you're still kind of waiting for it to ship or anything like that, you're getting all kinds of other discounts when you're on that list. So definitely, if you have any questions about that, give us a call, pre-order online, anything like that. But that is the last day to do that. And then tomorrow, you know, we're ready. We're doing it. Yeah, for sure. So that's great. Nick, that's awesome. Thank you so much. If there's any questions in the chat, definitely go ahead and post those, as we're going to be answering a couple of those different things and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's really just great.
Yeah,
it's good
I'm
stuff
looking forward to it. It's very exciting, and just keep, you know, revolutionizing, and the evolution of mirrorless and everything else is just, it's so exciting, and we're doing a lot, and a lot of research development, and we're going to keep chugging along at it.
For sure, yeah. What is your personal favorite thing about the Z8, as you've kind of gotten to play around with it and demo it a little bit?
You know, I'm not a big video shooter myself, and I've started to dabble in a little bit. You know, my kids play a lot of baseball, a lot of other sports, basketball, things like that, and, you know, it's so easy to go between stills and video. You know, I'm taking stills of my son at bat, and then I can flip it to video, and like that, I can start shooting video of him running the bases.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's, for someone that's not into video like myself, starting to get into it a little bit more and doing it and saying, you know what, it's a lot easier. Video scares me. I'm sure it scares a lot of people getting into video that do stills only, and this is a great way to kind of ease into it. So that's probably my favorite, you know, the versatility and being able to go back and forth between it so easily. I mean, you can be shooting video and take a still in the middle while you're shooting video.
Yeah.
You know, or you can have your video and then take stills out of it post.
That's great.
You know, there's just so much versatility.
Absolutely. I mean, even like if you're shooting wildlife or something and you're taking a video and you see like a picture perfect moment, you can just take that too, which is great. Or like I shoot a lot of weddings, and so something I've kind of seen even in the wedding industry is photographers doubling both video and photo at the same time, which sounds scary. But the fact that that is already there and that you can just go ahead and take photos, that's really cool.
You know, I was talking to a couple video shooters the other day, and something was really cool. So in our autofocus system now, we have a wide area large, wide area small, but we also have a customizable area now. The Z9 has this also. But what you can do, and they were so excited about this for wedding, was you can customize a box that's a long rectangle box that you can put in the center for an aisle.
Wow.
So when people are coming down the aisle, it's only going to put focus in that center column that you have that you customize. So you know, you're not going to get the the patrons sitting in the aisle or sitting outside in the pews, you're going to get whatever's coming down the aisle, which is awesome.
That's so great.
I mean, there's just so much different things you can customize. That's what's crazy about these cameras nowadays is the customization you can do. And, you know, we have all the function buttons and everything else, and it makes a lot of jobs a lot easier.
For sure, yeah, which is always good. Definitely. Well, I'm super excited even just to get into this camera a little bit more today and different things. But it looks like we don't have any questions, so we're going to go ahead and get set up in our store for everyone to come on in and check it out. So, yeah, Nick, thanks so much for joining me on this live.
Anytime.
Also, too, just want to mention in our new live set. So if you are frequently a Midwest Photo live watcher, you'll be seeing a lot more of this, which is exciting. But like we said, anytime today between 10 a.m. and noon, we will be here with the Z8. So definitely come in, get a hands-on experience. We're super excited. And yeah, it's going to be great. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.